Representative McGee.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise just for a few comments. It is a great honor to serve in this assembly. It has become one of the greatest honors of my life. And I think all of us probably can attest to how amazing it is to walk into this building and do the work that we do. Truthfully, the day I was sworn in was the very first time I had been here. So it is an honor to be here. And I share that because the work that we do, and I share this in committee, it is not easy. It is met with great challenge. It is met with sleepless nights. We sacrifice our time away from our family. I'm a very family-oriented person, so I don't get to see my family as often throughout this session. But it is so important for me to be here because while I am learning and I am growing as a legislator, I am also learning and growing as a human. With that being said, to much is given, much is required. And I rise because I was in strong opposition to this bill. I challenged it. I questioned it, absolutely. I opposed it, and my concerns were fulfilled. This bill became an amalgamation of a collective conversation that we had had nonstop. I sat in 30-plus homeschool meetings with DCF, SDE, homeschool families, and my superintendent, and we've collectively understood the importance of it. I actually want to speak to what was removed from the bill. Because I was vocal in opposing it, I made very clear that if it hit the floor, I would not support it if it has certain things in it. These were the things that we decided to collectively remove from this bill. Portfolios, instructional checks, proof of instruction, school oversight, once cleared, no more checks, one single check, so you are not annually checked, and no data cross-sharing across agencies. So those were the things that we extrapolated from the bill in this process, because what we realized is that as we represent the voices of people, we really wanted to make sure that they were at the table. And so I had some of the most enlightening conversations with multiple homeschool hubs across the state, including Black homeschool families. Black and brown families do homeschool. It has become one of the most popular tools of education among our communities for various reasons. And I brought this bill to them, and with some of the changes, while not perfect, we feel comfortable with them. Just to be clear, I don't rise in support of a perfect bill. I rise in support of a policy that I know I was a part of in helping to make better. Because I listened to the echoes of individuals all day and all night that oppose this bill with a passion. This is for homeschool families and those who advocate for parental rights. I admire your fervent protection of your children. Because if I can be transparent as an educator, that's what is lacking in society. The human connection between families. Family values have become an idea that has been identified with a specific party, but the reality is we all have our own individual family values, our customs, our culture, things that we enjoy, things that we like. I oftentimes ask fathers, how's your daughter? Because one of the most important relationships for a young girl is a developmental relationship with her father. Michelle Obama said, it wasn't my Ivy League degree that gave me the confidence to be a first lady. It was my relationship with my father. One of the things that came up in these conversations with homeschool hubs, and I do want to make clear that homeschool families look different. Oftentimes there are stigmas and polarizations around the work that we do. And homeschool families look very different. And we talked about the increase of statistics of children who are experiencing sexual abuse by adult family members. And then the question then becomes, how do you know that your family member isn't on the registry? And if you did know, would you let them in your home? So as we are in this chamber, our yes votes are for various reasons, and our no votes are for various reasons. And I'm going to say it one more time. The fervent protection of children is vitally important. In all cases and in all situations, the importance of family. The good representative from the 48th, he said, I instructed my children in my family room. That's what society is lacking. I'm a school teacher, I know. I want to ensure that people aren't using your good to educate your children the way you want for evil. So tonight, I will be supporting this bill, this specific piece of legislation, with the goal and efforts to make sure that we are doing what we can to fervently protect children. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.